Hi, this is my March review for Virgo, and what an intense month it is as well. We start off with Mars and Venus being together. We spoke about this last month when they were together in February, but now in March they start off together and will be together for 12 days. But on the 1st they make a triple conjunction with Pluto. Now this adds a lot of intensity to this aspect. This is in your 5th house of love and creativity, so there's a lot of drive, a lot of ambition and desire in those areas. Now, if you can channel this correctly, it'll be fantastic. If not, you could become the victim of someone else's power and energy. So make sure you throw everything into it this month. This is going to be a fantastic time. We also on the same day have Uranus making an aspect with the Sun. Now this will have great excitement. Remember, the Sun is in the 7th house of relationships, so there's excitement to be generated into your relationships now. On the 2nd we have a new moon. Now the new moon's in your opposite sign of Pisces, so this means it's in the 7th house of relationships. This is an opportunity to either find a new relationship or to redefine an existing one. But there's a lot of energy focused on love and relationships during this month. It's also time for negotiations and diplomacy with the new moon in this position. But most of all, it's time to work on your relationships. Also, you might find that you need to look at the support you receive within a relationship, and maybe you need to develop that because you're going to need that support because there's an awful lot going on. Now also on the same day we have Mercury catching up to Saturn. Now Mercury, a ruler, and Saturn together, this is in your 6th house of work and daily routines. It's a time you need to get things organised. You need to start planning things and also to speak up. If the things that you're not happy with within your daily routines or work, you need to speak up and really tell it like it is, so that you can get things off your chest and make things a lot smoother for the future. With the new moon and other aspects happening in Pisces this month, it's time to tune into your intuition and trust it. Try not to control the outcome of things, just allow things to happen. No more so than the 4th when we have the Sun making a conjunction with Jupiter in Pisces, and this aspect can fill you with optimism for a few days. You'll be very positive. It's a time of great growth and expansion in your life, but because it's in the 7th house you need to include others, and maybe you need to grow alongside others. Your ruler Mercury is active between the 6th and the 10th. First of all, he makes a square with the moon's nodes. Now the nodes are in your 3rd and 9th house. It's about learning and communicating. This is a time when you may have opportunities, but the thing is, don't overanalyze them, because this can be easy for you to get involved too much in the detail of things. What you have to do this month in particular is to, like I said earlier, trust your intuition. And if there is an opportunity come up, don't talk yourself out of it by overanalyzing. Let it happen. Then on the 7th, there's an aspect between Mercury and the Black Moon Lilith. Now the Black Moon's in your 10th house, so this is an area where communication is important, and especially in your public face, your public side. This is where you need to work on, because your personality will be changing over the next few months, and it's vital now that you look at how you communicate and maybe start to look at new ways to which you communicate to improve your public standing. On the 12th, the Sun has reached Neptune, and there's another conjunction, again in the 7th house in Pisces. This time it can go one of two ways. With this aspect, it can either be fantastic. You can be intuitively in tune with other people, you can be compassionate with them and happy to help them and solve their problems and give them support. Or you could just be overwhelmed by other people's problems and issues and want to hide away for a few days. This aspect lasts for 3 days, so there's time to escape if you want to. Now, if you escape, then you need to be aware that you need to still channel the energy in a positive way. It's no good escaping and taking to alcohol or drugs, because they will only do you harm. The best thing if you're going to escape is to escape in a spiritual way and do meditation and contemplation. On On the 14th, just as the Sun-Neptune aspect is fading away, the Sun makes a positive aspect to the Moon's North Node. Now, the North Node is in your 9th house. Now, this aspect sometimes can trigger a change, or it can trigger a mini crisis, but don't worry, because this has a silver lining and it will benefit you, and you'll gain and grow through this with more self-awareness. Now, this aspect's challenging you to learn and to grow, and people can help you to get onto your future path and align with it. And it may be that you want to plan a new adventure, being in the 9th house. Could be that you want to learn something about another country, or maybe you want to study something that's philosophical. Anything can happen with this, but it will eventually lead you onto your true path. Then on the 16th we have a square aspect from the Sun to the Black Moon Lilith. The Black Moon, as we said earlier, with the Venus, not the Mercury aspect, is in your 10th house, and this is a time when the Sun and the Black Moon are stripping part of your old personality away, and a new you will be revealed to the public. This is your public face changing. So when's this going to happen? Well, it's going to take 3 months in total. The Sun will conjunct the Black Moon Lilith in 3 months, and then it will become evident to you that this slow process is coming to an end, and you will have a different approach, and people see you in a different light. A new you is emerging. On the 17th, your ruler Mercury triggers a real fantastic period of events, and there will be new people, exciting people coming into your life. Now on the 18th there's a full moon. Now the full moon's in your sign, Virgo, and in your 1st house. So this is a great experience for you, because not only is there a full moon, there's a lot of other aspects happening at the same time. Now the full moon in Virgo is about you. It's time that you had some time to do what you want to do. You've been putting a lot of focus on other people, and this will still continue, but you have to have a little bit of time for yourself. It's a time to organise and to get things how you want them to be. Also with this full moon, it's the Sun, who's opposite the moon, is in Pisces, and there's a cradle aspect involved in the Sun. Now the cradle aspect is made up of trines and sextiles within an opposition. Now the opposition is across the 3rd and 9th house. This is about learning and growing, and the Sun and Pluto, the other 2 planets involved with this, are in the 5th and the 7th. And it's love, creativity and relationships. So these are the focus for the next couple of weeks with this full moon happening today. So what is it the cradle will bring you? Well, it will bring you stability, and you'll want peace and harmony within your relationships and within your life. Also, it's a very dynamic aspect pattern. It's very similar to the mystic rectangle we had a few months ago. Remember we spoke about that? This is very similar. It's got dynamic, creative and very interesting energy, and you can achieve a lot with this energy. Now there are other aspects happening on this day as well. I'll tell you about those in a second. As well as the full moon and the cradle aspect, there are other aspects as well on the same day. One is an aspect between Neptune and the moon's north node. Now this is a sextile, a very positive aspect. This lasts for 2 weeks. This can be very beneficial. This can bring people into your lives that can help you tremendously. This can attract people to you that will be very useful in aligning with your path. And also there could be a sort of a mini rebirth with this as well. There's an opportunity to perhaps shed off some of the old, to bring out a new you, just very similar to the aspect between the Sun and the Black Moon. Maybe this will help you to uncover a new part of your personality. Then with this aspect there's a tremendous surge of compassion and intuition and a need to be and help others. But this has got to be balanced with the full moon in Virgo putting some attention on yourself. So it's going to be hard to balance this, but you've got to make some time and room for yourself so you can develop yourself on a personal level and do anything that you want to do. Now the other aspect is quite exciting because it's Venus making an aspect to Uranus. This again can create excitement within relationships, new and exciting things. And also there's an aspect between Venus and Chiron. Now this will make you appealing to other people. This will increase your magnetism, and with the Sun Pluto aspect, this will give you the confidence as well. So all in all, this is a fantastic time for you Virgos. On the 20th, Mars comes into the spotlight. He now wants to have his say, and he makes an aspect to Chiron. He's challenging you with this aspect to overcome any obstacles that stand in your way, whether it be material or psychological in this 8th house. He wants you to overcome them now. And then on the 21st, he makes an aspect to Uranus in the 9th house. So here again, he wants you to grow and evolve, to move forward. He wants you to bring in creative changes on a regular basis. Not just leave things as they are to get stale and then there's sudden changes and upsets happening. We want you to keep moving forward and changing on a regular basis. Then also on the 21st we have the Sun moving into Aries, so again this is the sign of Mars, so there's a very much more change of energy. It's much more direct now, much more impulsive and much more demanding. Not to be outdone, your ruler Mercury wants his say, and between the 23rd and the 27th he's very active. He's coming to bring you messages. First of all he contacts Neptune, brings you messages about that Neptune North Node aspect which is going on for 2 weeks. These will probably come to other people, with Mercury being in that 7th house of others. Then he makes an aspect to Pluto on the 26th, and this will help you to uncover things, to unearth things, to learn things that will be beneficial to you that you probably may have missed. Then on the also on that day 26th there's an aspect to the Black Moon, so he wants you to clear up misunderstandings so that your anxieties can be calmed and there'll be nothing standing in your way. And then finally on the 27th he moves into Aries and joins the Sun. We finish the month with Venus. She's having a difficult time because she makes a conjunction with Saturn on the 28th. Now, Saturn always limits Venus and she can't express herself in her normal way. So though you may be with people, you may still feel a loneliness on this day, but it will soon pass. Then she makes an aspect on the 29th to the Moon's node. So this is a time to balance between your working day, what your communications, what you learn, and your spirit of adventure as well. You're going to have a little bit of everything. You've got to pay attention to your daily work and your routines, your health and your fitness, but also you've got to understand that the normal daily tasks have to be completed, and that there's also time for some fun. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to tune in next month as we have the busiest astrological month of the year. We also have our first eclipse, and it's the big conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces.